was thinking I'd do something a little bit different today. Mostly because I'm kind of running out of ideas. But if the IDR labs want me to take this down, just tell me. I guess we'll just have some fun today. I guess we'll take this test. We might take other tests if the IDR labs don't just take my video down or something like that. Or request, I guess. I'm not really sure how that works. But let's just start answering these questions, man. People fuss too much over their banal everyday problems. Oh. Okay. Disagree. Mostly because guys don't talk about their problems, like, at all. But then women talk too much about their problems. The mind is basically like a machine. To an extent, I guess. It is a really advanced machine, but not everything can be explained. I make use of long chains of logical arguments in my thinking, so as to root out any contradicting or uncertain long chain logical arguments. Yeah. The wise human begins avoid the allure of power and fame. The wise human being avoids the allure of power. Yeah, I agree with that. Because power will always corrupt. So-called evil people are really just ignorant and in need of knowledge of good. Okay, to an extent, yes, but I disagree. Psychopaths cannot be fixed. I have a flair of controversy. Since when have I ever listened to the status quo? The highest truth about this world are not rational or analytical, but can be grasped only through this sort of mysterious... Sorry, my little brother was trying to talk to me. The highest truth about this world are not rational or analytical, but can be grasped only through a sort of mythical institutions. To an extent, I guess, there are some things that science or rationality cannot explain. If people challenge or confront me, I confront them right back with little fear of consequences. Yeah, that's a statement that is way too... Yeah. There's much about the world that we can never know with certainty. That's true. Nothing will ever be 100%. Most people aren't able to think for themselves. That's actually true. Most people are just going to go with whatever the status quo or what someone else tells them. So yeah, I do agree with that. But there will always be, it's just most, so I guess I would have to agree 100% with that. People who profess to be gravely concerned with so-called objective truths are really just professing their weakness. No. Our minds can never comprehend reality exactly as it is. Agree to a point. I ask questions that others consider crazy. Do I? Maybe it's maybe crazy has just gone up and everyone is crazy. So small agree. I mock people's religious beliefs. Completely disagree. I see no point. There's always value to something like that. Even if I completely disagree with the religious beliefs. Most people need to be led and controlled. Yeah, because it goes back to the other question, which most people just do whatever they're told, so they have to be led and controlled. Kind of rhymed. I mock people who think they are all that, so to deflate their egos. Completely agree. I shock people by saying outrageous and offensive things. Okay, not as much as I used to, because I can control myself, and you should only say it when need be, or when, something really funny happens. A profound text cannot be truly good if it is not beautifully written. Disagree? Maybe I'm just not much into literature. I am a creature of habit. Damn straight. Yeah. Generally speaking, only the highest specimens of humanity. Sorry for the amount of pauses I have to do. But generally speaking, only the highest specimens of humanity interest me. Disagree. I think there's interest in every person. The best insight is gained by approaching a subject in a practical and orderly manner, indexing it, and mapping it out what is currently known about it. I don't know if it's the best way, but that's what I do, so can be maybe my ego is just big. But being preoccupied with whether one is a good person or is not, is a sight that one is a lesser being. I disagree with it. Just means they have morality. A life marked by the absence of pain is better than a life marked by the presence of pleasure. Yeah. Because pleasure brews weak and pain brews strong. So I agree to an extent. Sexual attraction tends to lead people into a bad situation. Sexual attraction, I would agree with that. Beautiful language is not as important as people make it out to be. People should say what they mean as briefly and plainly as possible. I wouldn't say always, but to an extent I do agree with that. My view of life is often misunderstood. Most likely. I shock people with crass actions and words. I'm assuming that means callous, so... or just out there. I would say agree. Our base desire as human beings are vulgar. Yeah, because if we see what we see what humanity does without the chains on. Yeah, look at places like Rome and things like that, where they had things like religion. Without things like that, they become very not fun. And look at places like the Soviet Union. So I entirely agree with that. Simple pleasures are the best. I mean, I don't really care. I guess disagree. No, I don't know. It's interesting. I'll go with disagree, I guess. I stir up conversation simply for the sake of argument. That's completely a disagree. I don't see the point of arguing just for the sake of arguing. Animals are better people than most people. No. Animals really don't have a sense of morality. And they constantly are very not nice to each other. There is always a clear right and wrong course of action in every moral dilemma. I'd say disagree. That is that there is why America does some of the stupidest things possible. Things like Iraq. Purely because people think of this as correct. No. I am more interested in things that can be measured than some pie in the sky type of thinking. I mean, not always. But I guess I would have to... yeah, not really. Because it's not as interesting if you can just... it doesn't take a genius to read a graph. I think it's more fun to, I guess, expand the brain. People think I am much harsher and more hot-headed than I really am. No, I'd say it's fair. No, it's fair. Beauty in this world is proof that there is transcendent higher world. Amen to that, mate. Aristotle's. It's interesting. I am not a Nietzsche. Yeah, that's the IDF. Anyway. Closest to Aristotle. Aristotle was, above all, motivated by the desire to know, a quest he accomplished by gathering data on everything from animals and plants to political constitutions and theaters play. With an engineer-like or scientist mind, Aristotle quickly saw the patterns in the data, grouping everything by commonalities, properties, and overall structure. Using sentimental rationality, Aristotle also applied those principles to humans, classifying them by temperament, gender, race, and various other properties with a level-headed shrewdness that caused his observers to read and celebrate throughout the ages. As for happiness, Aristotle believed that is the best attired by doing what comes naturally to us, and doing it well. In other words, to fulfill one's purpose and become a paragon of human excellence. Yeah? Huh. That's interesting. At least I'm not Nietzsche. Plato. It's interesting. I'm not these two. I'm not these two. But everyone else here seems like I'm tying. Yeah. If you guys want me to do more of this stuff, do tell. I don't know if the IDR labs will take this video down. But also, sorry for the amount of pauses. I think I'll just do a guts video after this one. Then maybe a follow one? I'm not sure. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And goodbye.